We didn't have a plan for this, guys.
We never have a plan. That's the whole point of this show
true.
is you don't have a plan, we don't have a script, and we don't have questionnaires. But speaking of questionnaires, let me ask you guys a question.
Oh,
What's that?
Have you ever heard of Sun Mother?
Oh my God, yes, I have.
But I've heard
seen
of
them
I've heard of
before.
I've heard of Colby.
Colby who?
Colby Calais.
Wait, what?
Colby who?
I've been
Colbi
awake
Childs.
for a while
No.
Got me feeling like a child
You would think
What?
that if we were finally going to have a decent musician on the show, that he would
every
fucking
time
sing.
I know,
see
but he does it every time.
So if you actually
I
just
get
can ignore
tingles
Aaron
in
and
the
listen to my
ceiling.
sultry
Stop.
voice underneath the tones, you'll know that today we have Colby Childs
Oh.
from Sun Mother joining us in studio
Shit.
to perform live and to share his life experiences. And they have been many, and some of them rather dark.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. I was just kidding. It's not
No.
Colby Calais. It's
but
Colby Childs.
Colby's a badass.
He is fucking great. And I can't wait for everybody to hear this show. He's
Yes.
got a lot to say.
He
That's
does.
important.
Important stuff.
Yeah.
Smart stuff. He's smart. Like he has a big brain.
And he smokes weed, which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't smoke weed, which is why I'm not cool.
That's what that smell was.
Oh no, that
God,
might have been
I
Kenny.
thought it was me. What the fuck is coming out of me now?
Oh,
God only knows.
stop it.
Colby Childs,
Colby Childs.
live in studio, playing music on Around the Reel.
Welcome to Around the Reel with your hosts, Aaron Carlson, Charles Lawson, and Samantha Hannah. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
And later we'll be rocking.
Even says my name.
And
right.
that's why they should never smoke weed.
My wife and my daughter are trying to get me to start.
You should. Maybe,
Nice.
because maybe you
We're trying to get you to
wouldn't,
start.
where's the
Wow, I wish I was influenced to start. Like, you shouldn't do that. I'm like, I think it's cool actually.
It's better than others.
It's legal now.
It's good shit, man.
Dad, you seem stressed. You should come outside with me.
Right?
I wonder if that would help you, Charles.
Probably.
Probably.
You need to smoke some weed.
You know me, when I do things, I go all in. I'd be one fucking star. I'd be like fucking Brad Pitt and
Fear and Loathing?
just sitting on the not Fear and Loathing, the other one.
Okay, but you're not going to be
Blow?
Brad Pitt, though.
Oh, no, that was
No,
Coke.
when he's sitting on the couch, and the guys all come in with guns, and he's just sitting on the couch. He's like, "Yeah, man, you better fucking
God, you
leave."
guys are
Oh,
loud. I'm taking this shit off.
True Romance.
Was it True Romance?
Yeah.
Yes, True Romance.
I believe so. Yeah.
So- Yelling in my
so
ears,
stoned,
Jesus.
didn't give a shit.
Yeah. What's the matter with you, Sam?
Hey, you guys are all excited and you're yelling in my ear.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'll calm down
We're
and
chatting.
go back
Would
to
you
my
calm
lower
the fuck
tones
down?
for you.
We're chatting.
Just for you, Sam.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
Appreciate
drop
it.
out some of the high pitch of my voice. I'll take the excitement completely out of the show and just bring in monotone, boring fuck shit.
You know,
Fuck shit.
it's funny you used the word excitement. I've been saving this
no.
story for like a good fucking week, and it's a perfect time to say.
No, it's not.
This is a great story.
I'd like somebody to share some excitement for once.
Yeah, this is a great story.
Well, you'll love this then.
So you know how guys can wake up with like boners? Okay, this shit happens, right?
This is
Yes.
how, this
Yeah,
is how we
shit
do the
happens.
show.
So
Sorry.
I woke up with like a 13-year-old boner last week, like
God.
big time.
Okay.
Okay, this thing was fucking rocking, and it wasn't fucking around. So it almost woke me up. It like tapped me on the chest, like Aaron. Well, no, tapped me on like the belly button, maybe. Anyway, it wakes
So bad.
It wakes me up. So I'm sitting there, and Sam is actually right next to me in bed.
I'm glad to see you're still there.
Yeah, she's still there. Yeah. So I like,
in there.
Well, I hadn't seen it yet, so I didn't run yet.
So I grab the blanket and I wrap it around it and like put it up in the air.
And you displayed it.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
displayed it, and I go, "Hey Sam, look at this," and she goes, "Ah, yeah, that's funny." And she goes back to her fucking phone and is playing this chicken fucking game. So she dissed my boner for the chicken game, bro.
Okay, you know how far I am on that fucking chicken game.
We all have the things
Man.
that excite us in the morning, and hers is her phone, and yours is your boner, and mine is the fact that I actually woke up alive.
That's true, Chuck.
Yeah, because you're always sick.
Man,
Too funny.
fucking chicken app game.
Oh my god.
That's bullshit.
It's called eggs
It's called eggs.
Is that the one where you tap it and you make more chickens come out of the coop?
You don't have
and
to
then
tap
you
it
keep
anymore.
the
You
thing?
can just hold it.
And that's what she was doing.
Strategy.
She had zero interest in the thing I had going on. Zero.
even care.
She didn't care.
There's no extra levels to your boner. Though.
No,
there's
it's not.
another level to eggs.
She's already played that game. It's not even funny anymore. She could delete
16 years I've been playing that
She
game.
could just delete it. She'd be
Yeah.
fine.
She's tried to delete that app,
not
but
exciting
unfortunately,
Dude,
like a-
it's had upgrades and all kinds of shit, though.
it's like a virus just
It
hiding
is.
inside of her system.
Whatever. Colby really good shit. See what I mean? It's messed up. Okay.
So, so now that we've gotten through the mornings of boners and playing video games,
Oh, there was
to
another
start your
thing. There's
day.
really another funny thing.
What? Oh,
I'm so
God.
sorry. I just got to get this shit out of the way
His
when we
funny
start our
things are
show.
no fun.
This
they're
is
not
really funny. So yesterday we went to a Cinderella play.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
Yeah, Cinderella,
He's gonna
bro.
rank on
I
your
thought you
chart.
were
Yeah.
going to say like the show.
No, my son's girlfriend
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
dancing in a high school performance there at their
Nice.
school. Badass, okay? Everything's
Okay.
big time, right?
For
I
sure.
spent $55 to go to this thing.
Oh my god.
But you
Right?
got some new material.
Yeah, but
Hey, how much did they pay to come to your show last weekend?
Like $10?
Fucking
Yeah,
cheap
10 bucks,
motherfucker.
yeah.
That's why
20
those
bucks,
sets
yeah.
are so fancy.
dude, it's fancy as fuck,
Right?
right?
It's okay.
So,
Okay, you gotta get smart. Yeah.
so here's the thing though. Prior to going though, I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm not a Disney guy.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about Cinderella. I don't care. Never have, right? So, but my son's girlfriend's there. He's like, Dad, Izzy really wants you to go to the show, and I'm like, okay, we'll
She's
go.
an
We'll go.
artist.
Yeah,
She wants you to see
Correct.
what she's
How
doing.
old are they?
18. They're both
Okay.
18.
yeah, they're
Okay.
seniors.
Okay, and she's a very talented young lady.
Good
So
time.
She is, yeah.
she does all kinds of stuff. She's a pretty good artist, and my son's a badass. But anyway, getting his back, I'm like, dude, we'll go. And Sam and our daughter Eva wanted to go anyway,
course,
so I'm like,
yeah.
okay, I'll get the fucking tickets, we'll
Cinderella.
go. But inside, I'm going, oh man, I could be going to see Doctor Strange. You know what I mean? That shit's going through my head.
So many other things.
Yeah. So I talked to Chuck that day, and I go, "Hey Chuck, we've got a track meet we got to go to, so I'm not going to be available after X amount of time here, 3:00, probably till that evening, because we got to do the track meet and then go to
There's probably a
the
quicker way
Cinderella
to tell
show."
this story.
Anyway,
than
long
just
story
saying.
short, Chuck goes, I got to go to the Cinderella fucking play, and he's like, "Oh, that sounds fun."
Told you he was gonna make fun of you, Jack.
That's what he said, and I couldn't help but think. He said that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And I'm a man.
that?
A man doesn't say going to a Cinderella play sounds fun.
But you started with the
the
fact
best
that
of
you
it.
were supporting her.
Oh,
True.
And the fact that and you need as much encouragement to support other people as possible. So yes, you doing that sounded like your day sounded fun. You're driving to Lacey to support your kids. You're driving to fucking back to Gig Harbor to support your kids, and you're being a supportive person. And if you can't be an athlete, be an athletic supporter.
fair enough, Chuck. Okay, all right. That's enough of my stories.
In other words, give it up, Aaron.
All right, fine. Impossible.
Oh, that's his new material.
All right.
That he got.
It's
yeah.
from Cinderella.
It's from the Cinderella.
It was a great
thing.
production,
He's
by the
never
way.
gonna stop.
No,
so.
impossible. It's yeah, that shit's a lot of work. Chuck, they do that. They fucking do those plays, dude, with the camera rolling. We're the camera, right? And it's rolling the whole time, so they're moving the set and doing all that shit.
Right.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Lots of practice.
Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
I didn't want to talk on the microphone, but
We appreciate
I can't
that,
move
but
away from it.
you ripping it through your hand didn't help either.
I'm sorry, I can't get away from it. So what am I supposed to do?
Well, what were you smoking out there with
Trying
Colby?
to be
All right. Well,
Ask Colby.
Well, so we did talk earlier about the fact that there's not really ever an intro to the show, but we do babble for about 7 minutes before we finally say, Colby, welcome to Around the Reel.
welcome,
Welcome,
buddy.
Colby.
Having me. Appreciate
Absolutely, man. It's great to have you.
it.
Colby,
Chilling out here.
you're a badass, dude.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
I'm
so much. You
telling
guys
you.
are badass. This is very nice. This is cool.
Oh.
Colby, you're a
Appreciate
badass.
you.
Thank you for joining us today, and it was nice talking to you. And
we got to go see Colby at
Yes, we did.
his show last week, and there's a lot to talk about.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
But before we get into all that stuff, Colby, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Hello, I'm Colby. I play music. I am from Seattle. My band's called Sun Mother, like sun in the sky. Everyone gets confused, but good way to tell it. I'm a medicine man. Work at an herb shop by the airport, so you can find me there. Or I'm making music and trying to uplift people, and got a new lineup. You guys saw the new band, new drummer, new bass player.
yeah, I was
Super
wondering
fun.
about that. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask because I know in your pictures it seems like a couple other. Different
Yeah, I've
people.
had like this is the third lineup. People just change with life and COVID and all this.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
kind of roll with the punches, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to do that, and we have a really solid lineup right now. I'm really
Oh
excited
God, we
about
love
it.
we love your guys. You
It
got
was
now.
fun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, but yeah,
Especially-
things changed. Before COVID, I was black and had long hair. I mean, it was just a lot of things have happened in the last 3 years.
Dad jokes.
Roll with the punches. Roll with the punches.
Yeah, roll with it.
That's exactly right.
Your little, what's his name? Is it PJ?
PJ, my
Yeah,
drummer.
PJ.
Oh my
Your
God,
little
yeah.
what's his name? Sorry,
Oh,
PJ.
Oh, PJ, I love you
Okay,
so much.
is PJ the drummer or the bass player?
He's a bass player.
No, he's a drummer.
Or-
He's the drummer.
Oh, you're
Oh,
talking about Stefan.
Yeah, I'm
He's-
talking.
he's-
Oh, Stefan. Okay,
Yeah.
Stefan. Yeah,
Okay, so
that's who I was talking about. Yeah.
okay, a bass
Little flea.
bass player's
He's a
fucking
flea
flea, bro.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
totally.
he's got a good groove.
Oh,
in
he's
there.
He's got a
Badass.
fucking groove,
He
man.
is
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah,
Fun to watch.
Yeah, it's exciting as fuck to watch.
Yeah.
His,
Yeah, you guys all are.
Yeah, and that's one of the things listening to you guys play was, especially being the headline. Were you guys a headline?
We were.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
We
so
weren't expecting that, but we were.
that's
That's
well,
cool, yeah.
I can understand
You
why.
deserved it.
Yeah, you guys
Thank you.
have
Appreciate
a
it.
show, and the bands before weren't too bad. Okay,
For sure.
But they weren't.
They weren't you guys.
Yeah, they were
There's-
not
There's,
your level.
there's an elevation there.
Well,
And-
we're still up in the air on
That's-
that other one.
Yeah.
That's always
However,
that I told
first
you.
band was very good.
They were good.
Sure.
But one thing that they did that you guys did not do was overplay each other, brother.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they did.
You guys have a balance that is very well done.
Yes.
Seriously, man,
Appreciate that.
your mix is great. You and
Yeah.
being the headline. I mean, you're playing lead guitar and singing. Is that right?
For sure. Yes, sir.
Okay, you're not blowing them out of the water.
No.
You know what I mean?
no, you
Everybody
give 'em-
has a moment in every song.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's how I try to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta have that balance. It's not just me up here. You want the drummer to shine, you want the bass player to shine, you want
Yeah.
the crowd to feel like it's involved and stuff. And you gotta write songs as a listener. You know
There
what
you
I
go.
mean? You
Yeah.
gotta be
Yeah.
like, if I was in the crowd, I just want to see some dude up here diddling on the guitar. You want to see the drums,
Yeah.
displayed. You want to have the bass. You guys mentioning that, Stefan is like flea moving around.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna love to hear that because, I'm stuck on the mic.
Yeah.
And PJ's stuck on the drums. So we're like, you're all we got, bro.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, he doesn't fuck around.
Oh, he doesn't,
Keep-
and it's awesome.
Keep the excitement going.
It is so good. It's so
no,
good.
that's my motto: is that your band is as good as your rhythm section. Mainly your drummer, but your bass player. It's like bass. They're both called bass for a reason.
Right.
Like he's got a bass drum. The bass guitar is the notes to the bass drum. So they have this like tight relationship.
Yeah, man.
So it's cool that you guys.
Yeah,
feel
Yeah.
I noticed it right away.
We were lucky to see it.
Yeah, it was fucking phenomenal.
It was-
and
it
a
was
drummer,
really
drummer's PJ,
PJ,
Yeah.
fucking machine, dude.
killing it, right?
A machine.
Solid.
Yeah,
Okay, I love drummers.
me too.
Okay, but that motherfucker
That's what I'm saying.
does not change his facial expression.
He's
And he's
locked
a
in.
fucking robot. He is just nailing.
There you go.
And he's just like, I'm with you niggas. I mean, he is not fucking around, dude. He is right with you. Like, it
Definitely.
doesn't
He
even
feeds
break a
off it.
sweat,
He
dude.
feeds off the crowd too when he sees people. He just wants to
Woo!
be tight. He
It's
wants to-
badass.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
That
You
was
guys-
our third show together.
Really?
Is that one?
Wow.
Yeah, so we're still
That is
moving
impressive.
together. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah,
been
you guys got that thing.
All right.
That
trying
thing.
You really do. So, okay, as for you, though, so I'm assuming you've been the bones of this.
Yeah, I've been the songwriter
Okay.
since the beginning. So when I was growing up, I was started on drums. So I played in a band called Fool's Fate when I was younger. It was super cool. Everyone
Nice.
loved us.
Okay.
That's still like my Instagram handle. No joke. That was a long time ago, but so that's where I cut my teeth, just learning the rhythm section. So then I switched to guitar and really wrote songs like thinking about the drummer because I used to be the drummer.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
so
the
like,
guy.
And drummers are in the back. Like we're not trying to be the showy ones, but like you got to drive the song. So it's this. I try to have. I'm as a singer. I don't want to have the lead singer syndrome, right? I just want to
Sure.
be a part of the band, just like the drummer.
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
what you do.
it's trying. That's the whole balance right there. So. I've had a bunch of different lineups. So after Fool's Fate, I started singing, playing guitar in a band called Dopamine.
Okay.
When I was younger, and thought that was, represented who I was. But then it shifted in 2017, and I felt that Sun Mother represented me better. And my grandma passed away, and so I kind of named it after her.
Oh,
Talking
man, that's cool.
to the sun when you got something you know, we need to talk to someone. That I talked to her because she, you know, couldn't talk to her anyone else. So
My mom died
Makes it that
too,
much cooler.
and we've always called her Sunshine.
right. So I
'Cause
mean, you know,
her
that's
blonde hair.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I feel everyone can have their own form of a sun mother. You know, my sun mother, your sun mother can be your sun mother. You know, and it's like, so I like seeing different artists like draw different depictions of the sun mother, whether she's dark and creepy or like, you know, cool and shiny, you know, bright and shiny or whatever. It's just, it's a different reflection of how you feel about it.
Hell yeah.
That's poetic as fuck.
It
Yeah,
is.
I love that.
I want us all. I want, you know, that's the cool thing about it, man. Is it's a place where, kind of like this, a podcast where we can all shine and have our own, you know, just, you know,
And don't talk
take
over each
on
other.
it.
Right.
Well, sometimes we do that, but
That's okay.
we're not as good as you guys. We talk over each other.
It's a
sometimes.
rhythm. It's a rhythm. You know,
It
it's
is
like
a rhythm,
puzzle.
though. It is. It is. It's a balance.
Definitely.
And I believe in the rule of 3.
For sure.
Yeah.
3 is a powerful
3
number.
is a powerful number.
We've
You know,
had-
that is a good point. For 3 guys, you get a lot of sound out of you. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing kind of what Nirvana did back in the day.
Definitely.
There's like the sound. And there's another band back in Seattle when, God, this was in the early 90s, Chuck.
Yes, world.
Yeah, it was. They were called Diamond Fist Warning. I've talked about them on the
yeah.
show.
Diamond
Uh-huh,
Fist
yeah.
Warning.
Yeah.
Warning.
Warning.
Yeah.
That's
Diamond
Fucking
Fist Warning.
amazing band.
Nice.
3 guys up there, and just like you guys, and just so much fucking sound.
Yeah.
And I had the same kind of feeling with you 3 up there, man. You guys really perform well and have just a deep rhythm. Like you can
sure.
feel it, man.
It's just a lot of practice, you know, and like we all, like me and PJ, we work at the same store together. At,
No shit. Okay.
at the joint, and you know, so we'd be playing music and stuff, you know, and just feeding off each other's. Before we even started jamming, I kind of knew what he was into, and so,
Okay.
you know, but like, so we're just trying to blend genres. It's hard to tell people like, what genre are you? We're like, all, you know, there was some
Right.
hip hop in there, there was some little
Yeah.
country in there, there's definitely hard rock and grunge, but grunge is like, we're from Seattle, so
Yeah.
for you to sit, you know, talk about grunge and us, like that's our dream right there. It's just, you know, we're mainly grunge influenced because we're from Seattle.
You can see that a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
it's
And
so
it doesn't take over the entire show either, but there's a good splash of it. If
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's a love thing that's kind of like a dying art, you know. Not many people like grunge. Not many people understand it, but it, you know, it's got a really like. It's all good intentions. It's speaking from the heart. It's a transparent, very real music, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so
I think people from here understand it a little bit
Absolutely.
better than most.
it's
Yeah.
still here,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
It resonated for a long time, and because it was a different animal in
Yeah.
itself, you know, when it came out. We were around when it hit, and it was amazing.
Yeah, my family, my parents are major, you know, were there also, and so my mom always told me she got to make out with Lane Staley from Alice in Chains.
Oh,
so
shit.
What?
it's
No.
like-
that's
Yeah, but
not
come on,
even
who-
I've
fair.
heard these
Who
stories.
didn't? I mean, come on. I mean,
Yeah, Chuck, you did
I
too,
mean, you
didn't
can
you?
say that.
the guy's leaning on you. You're walking him back to, back from back off stage and stuff. He just leans over and he's
just-
like, "Dude, I'm not a dude. I mean, I'm not a dude. I'm not a chick."
Happen.
Sorry, the hair threw me
Lane
off,
don't
man.
fuck
I'm like,
around.
he's got you got nice hair.
Yep.
When I had hair.
My most favorite song in the entire world is Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one was
That's my.
For sure, yeah.
Which
song?
one?
Oh, Nutshell.
Not
Nice.
Nutshell's
Yes.
my
Amazing.
favorite. Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
the best song
It's an
ever.
amazing song.
I could listen to it
Smooth.
for over and over and over for the rest of my life, and I still love it.
It's
Yep.
a good one.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
when Sam was bartending, dude.
Oh, God.
That's
It was
just-
the
it was
number
always
one
on.
song on the
yeah,
jukebox.
on the jukebox. It was
was
playing
always on.
all the fucking time.
Well, because customers would always be like, "What's your favorite song?" And I'd always say that, so it
You
would
got to.
constantly play, and they're like, "Oh my God, we always hear
Definitely.
this song here."
Yeah, you have to.
Like,
you know,
well,
you have
I
know
wanted
it,
to
gotta
remind
learn
you
it
of
from
me.
here. Definitely. That's awesome.
Badass song.
Colby, what got you into music in the first place? I mean, when you were a young guy when you got into this, or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like 13 when I started playing drums and saxophone in school. Actually, so like drums at home and
The
then
sax
in
is the
school.
shit.
Yeah, it was
No
fun.
kidding.
Because
God,
my
I miss
mom
that.
was a musician. The drums that you saw PJ playing,
Yeah.
those were my mom's drums.
Okay.
She
No
taught
shit.
me drums on
Oh,
those.
wow.
Oh fuck.
That is
so
cool
She
shit.
was super into like Motley Crue and Def Leppard.
Oh, I love her to death.
so, yeah.
What's your fucking mom's name?
And her name's Shauna.
Shauna's a
You guys-
badass. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I already know you guys love her.
Fuck yeah,
Okay.
I do for
So
sure.
basically, we could be your
She's
parents.
dope.
Is what you're
I'm
saying?
like,
Is we could be your
She's
parents?
fucking dope. Mhm.
Yeah, so I got to
or
see.
they could be your parents, not me.
Oh, shut up.
I'm
Sam.
too young.
I'm too young. You be the cool mom, Sam.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Anyway.
So we got to see all those cool bands growing up. My mom took me. My first show was the Cranberries when I was 5.
No
Oh,
shit.
man.
That's so
Good
cool.
times, yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
love
Very
it.
cool.
We just love good music in my house. So,
Nice.
you know, like to I just, you learn from what you hear people liking, and you're like,
Yeah.
if they like that, I can take a little piece of this from what I play and stuff. And it was always the dream to write and make my own music and stuff. And it was hard for a while, and that's why I liked playing drums, because I could just be in a kind of learning position. It's just I'm holding the rhythm down, and I'm learning what the guitar player's doing, learning what they're all doing. And so when I get a chance, I'll kind of know what to do. So I had a really cool, Fool's Fate, like I mentioned, was my like cool ass band that I got to learn a lot from as the drummer to prepare me for all this. So
Nice.
shout out to all those guys.
It's kind of funny how it relates, and we talk about this all the time. But the things you just said kind of reminded me of stuff as a filmmaker, like what I go through.
Right.
When we started out, it was like figuring out. We didn't reach out to anybody. We didn't even know what the fuck we were doing, but we were learning. So as a filmmaker, I had to sit down there and, okay, we got to learn to write. We got to learn to fucking shoot stuff. We got to learn audio. We got to learn all these things.
Definitely.
But when you start out and you're by yourself and you're mastering certain things on your own, and then when you finally go out there and say, I think I'm ready, it resonates.
Definitely.
Yeah, bro.
Isn't it crazy how much you like when you want to start a project? There's just so much more that you don't realize that it's going to involve.
Oh, God.
For
it's
real,
also
though.
exciting.
Yeah.
To see
Yeah.
it's like a flower blooming with every little thing that you do. Whether it's a new piece of gear or a new tool you learn or a new like or follow or interview. It's the same with a band. It's the same, we're all doing that.
We're all the same. Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's just a
We're all
different
just
medium.
giddy little creatives that
Yeah.
just want to make sure that we're having fun.
But
Pretty much.
but there is one difference though. Like some people are cool and some people aren't. Like Colby, you're cool as fuck. I need to start smoking
Colby,
weed.
you are cool.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck. Just the way he talks, it's cool.
Oh my
you know,
God.
it's badass.
You guys are awesome.
It's fun. It's fun. What were we gonna say, Sam? I'm sorry.
I was just going to say smoking weed doesn't make you cool, but go ahead, Sam.
It is cool.
Smoking weed does make you cool.
Looks-
No,
listen
it
to
won't
him.
make,
what
it
you're
won't
talking
make
about.
you cool.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
it won't
that's
make Aaron cool now.
No.
Nothing will.
I think I'm past that
it's
point.
Colby's laid back
apparently.
attitude that makes him cool.
Yeah, he's laid back. It's
Super chill.
Yeah,
Super
it's like,
chill.
fuck,
Super
you know?
fun.
Yeah. It took a while to get here. I struggled with opiates in my 20s pretty heavily.
No shit.
So, I just have a real appreciation for life.
That's
You know
what
what I mean?
actually
'Cause-
had me reach out to you.
Oh.
And yeah, because I
Huh.
saw your post and you were proud and you were like, hey, I'm clean and look at me. And
Yeah.
you were all in a suit. And I was like,
That's
hey,
right.
that's no joke.
Yeah.
Because, yeah,
Wow.
I lost my brother to opiate addiction. So
That's, that's
in
terrible.
2019, he was 30. So I super, super, super congratulate you
Thank
on
you so
that
much.
because it's not easy.
It's
That's
not.
not easy to kick that. Not at all.
It taught me so much. It was a long road. I went to several rehabs. I drove my family crazy. My step grandpa helped create a rehab like 30 years ago. And then I had to go to it, 30 years after he made it. So it was a tough battle. I got
Yeah.
a DUI. And I woke up sick every day, dope sick.
Yeah.
I was ill, and so it's kind of why the pandemic didn't exactly scare me. I'm like, you ever been dope sick?
Right.
Oh, and that was Jared.
It's like COVID
okay, so
ain't
my brother
shit.
was not afraid of death at all. He would do anything.
Yeah,
And I was like, dude, you're not you're kill yourself.
Right.
He was not afraid.
It's a whole
When you
different
dabble
level.
with that shit, you're not afraid of death, are you?
You're not, yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
in the end, I wanted to appreciate life and be able to sleep in. That's one of the best feelings when you don't have to
right.
use anymore.
Yeah, and you don't wake
have
up
to, sick or having to
Yeah.
scheme how to score. So I just try to put that experience into music, and all that.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell did the same thing before he
Yeah.
became famous. He was an opiate addict, and then he got clean, and he always
Yeah.
reflected on that time to sing and write about. And that's where the blues comes from.
Exactly.
So it's for you guys to receive what I'm putting down is this is what I'm trying to do. And so,
Yeah, we definitely do, actually.
yeah,
It's fucking heroic.
thank you.
So,
Yeah.
do you write your songs?
I write the music. Yeah.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah.
I always wanted, it was my dream. I'm a poet.
Nice.
I've been writing since I was in first grade.
Poetry's
And I've
amazing.
always wanted my poetry to be songs.
Yeah.
That's all I've
okay.
ever wanted, my
Definitely.
whole life. But I'm.
Well, I would love to
great
help you
at
if you
it.
need some help.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay.
get
I
Colby
just-
to help you, bro. Just throw a chorus on one of those bad boys. You'd be
Definitely.
badass.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Words and
No,
lyrics.
that was my dream. That's if I could do anything with all my poetry, that's what I'd want to do.
It's amazing. Jim Morrison's a huge influence of mine.
Yep,
and
yeah.
he was more of a poet before. He was
Yeah.
a songwriter.
For
so
sure. That right there, that's a poet too.
exactly.
Tupac.
Oh yeah, Tupac. Yeah.
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 Oh,
Yeah.
she's sitting there pointing, and I'm like, all I see is
Yeah.
giant blue octopus.
Tupac.
I
is a
forgot.
poet.
Yeah, Pac's back
Tupac
there.
behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lyrics was like my last thing, and that was kind of the most intimidating thing, was to write, like sing and not sound corny.
Yeah,
Right? That was my whole.
Yeah, I know,
just
that's
don't
the
wanna
hard
sound
part, right?
Corny, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but that's the thing, is the opiates kind of like gave you a lot of content, 'cause it was a pretty dark
Oh,
world, and so
yeah.
like it's just like it made sense when you hear that all these artists get into it and it changes their writing style. But I'm not condoning it. But like,
Sure, no, I get what you're saying.
now looking back, I see how it changed, and now
Mhm.
like it's just made things more real and like more. You have so much content, and so it's not, you can have that in anything. Whether you can, pain is life's greatest motivator.
Honestly.
You ain't
know what I
kidding.
mean?
And
So-
Yeah.
all the best stuff
Absolutely.
comes from emotion anyway.
Definitely.
So, and especially like dark places. When you're in a dark place, that's where your
Yeah,
best shit happens.
It's true.
That's
it's crazy.
I've always that's what everyone says. My poetry's dark,
Yeah, but
Everyone
most people
says
relate to that.
but
The dark is sexy. Let's be real.
It
well,
is.
I
It is
mean,
sexy in
got-
a way.
it gets
You make a good
through.
point.
It gets you through,
Definitely.
and then and then other people can identify with that. And
Exactly.
they can't. Yeah. So
Real
I think,
recognize
I don't know,
real.
it's good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's what they
Because shit
say.
is dark.
Well, that's what they say,
It's
'cause
dark sometimes.
through my addiction and stuff, like I got the DUI and I had to go to a lot of meetings and stuff at one point, and I wasn't really into it. But they said, I just learned, I just observed, just like music, as a musician, I learn by listening. It was the same through going to rehabs. It's just like I was just listening, and then it just kind of sank in without me even trying. And so it just said, focus on the similarities rather than the differences. And that's the same with music and with art and poetry. We see the similarity within ourselves and we relate to it.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Yeah.
weird, ugly, or dark, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's why
That's
I say
badass.
no art is bad, because it's for somebody.
Yeah.
it's a vulnerable
not
place.
for everybody.
It's a super
It is a
vulnerable
vulnerable place,
Why
and
are you gonna
I
knock
struggle
the
with that.
vulnerability?
Yeah. Ooh,
That's on
yeah.
someone else. If they're judgmental about that, that speaks volumes on them.
That is true.
I
That's
struggle
a
with
very
that
good
too.
statement. Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, you're right.
I recently heard about this study from one of my best friends. He was my singer in Fool's Fate growing up, right? He talked about this study how, excuse me, they had this photography class, right? And they had 2 sections of the class. They had them sectioned off into 2 groups, right? And they were like, I want the challenge is to get the best picture, right? And one of them was held to like, they have to get these pictures based off of quantity, and then the other one was like quality, right? So like
Okay.
these,
Yeah.
get it.
and who do you think had the best picture, the quantity or the quality group?
Quality.
The quantity.
Quantity probably did.
Oh,
The
shit,
quantity.
okay.
Because they're
Sounds-
pumping out, they just keep creating
Okay,
and trying. If
Well-
you keep judging what you think is the best quality, you're gonna
Yeah.
hold yourself back. But
True
if you
that,
keep
yeah.
doing it,
True that.
that's the other thing, is that what separates an amateur from a professional is 10,000 hours.
Correct.
So if you're not doing
Yeah.
that quantity, you're not gonna get that quality.
And that's
Ooh,
exactly
I
what
like that.
we've been doing.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
Everything.
Yeah.
The next thing you do is always gonna be better than the
always
last
better.
thing you did.
That's
Right.
exactly it. You just
But,
said it cooler because you smoke weed.
Just learning from what we do, right?
Yeah.
And-
No,
and
seriously.
it's humbling. Like I got songs out that I'm like, man, I wish I would have done this or this. Like, but in that, now my next song's gonna be better.
Right.
Yep,
Like
yep.
That's
it's
it,
like,
brother.
It's a humbling experience. Like we are our own worst critic, but like,
Yeah.
if you don't put nothing out, people ain't gonna be able to see your growth. And
That
that's
is-
what they like,
Yeah, that
That's-
is.
that's what
Well,
we
it's
like
what
to
they
see.
like or dislike. They're either intimidated or they like it.
But your audience, the people that do appreciate what you're doing, get it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah.
those are the ones that will follow you.
Well, that's my whole angle, is that like, people that do go through addiction, they don't get to come out with art that's gonna help them thrive, and so
Right.
I want to be an extension for them.
Yeah.
Like I know that a lot of people don't get to even make art in the first place, or they don't get to make it out from addiction. They die, or they gotta end up in jail, or with a disease, or whatever. There's something. So if I can help inspire them and show them, look, you can, and I'm speaking their language, certain lyrics, certain words, like hopefully I just want to help them, So it's
That's cool. People
noble as
need you
fuck.
out there,
So
especially
cool.
right now, because
So
it's crazy. It's crazy out there.
it is
With it's scary. Scary
Yeah.
with the fentanyl and all
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, it's
Like,
terrifying.
yeah.
Well,
So,
you can
people
provide
need
hope.
that.
Yeah, hope.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
fucking hope. And
Right.
it's the one thing that a lot of people don't have
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part. And I think that's why people get so depressed or unmotivated or or anything in the negative. Where that dark place they go, they don't feel the hope. I wake up every day hopeful, every fucking day, even though I have nothing to be hopeful for.
And it finally paid off the other morning when you woke up with a boner.
You know, I was hopeful then too. But I mean, see, hope keeps you going. Hope is the magic sauce. It's just that shit that you need. And if you lose that, you're fucked. You really are. I mean, okay, let's go back for a second. Unless you had something to say, Sam.
Well, I was just going to say it's a dark world, so it's hard to have hope sometimes.
It is.
So you need people
and that's,
like that can be positive through all of it.
Absolutely.
So,
that's inspiring. And that's the thing where people go, well, fuck, if Colbi can do it, maybe I can do it. Yeah. And it's just that fucking simple.
Right.
That's what we try to do.
Exactly.
The thing, though, is finding moments of inspiration and hope is the easiest thing to find, but it's also the first thing that people will turn away from if they see it.
Right. Because
it's intimidating.
Because darkness is sexy, like he said. Everybody attaches themselves.
Stuck.
Yeah, people attach themselves to the worst traumas. That's what they do.
Yeah.
They stick with you. Like the best moments of your life go away. You don't even remember all this good shit that's ever happened to you. But the bad stuff always stays, right? And that's the dumbest thing.
So if you can turn that into a song, you go up to sing, that makes you feel badass.
Yeah.
That's my kind of
saying.
Seriously.
I'm like, I hate these feelings, but if I can sing it and sound cool,
Yep.
if I can see a piece of art that I'm like, if I can see, poetry, that it's therapeutic.
Yeah, man.
It really is. Someone once said to me I was pregnant with my first kid, and someone said to me, cherish every moment. Cherish every moment, because it flies by, right? And I thought about that when she was born, and I thought about it her whole first year of life, and I did. I cherished every moment.
Right.
And that is probably like the best thing I ever did.
I'm
because
telling
it is gone. And so when you have to cherish those good moments, and when I had her and she was little, it was awesome. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I loved being a mom, and I cherished every moment just because someone told me that. So I love that I wish I could remember who told me that. Whoever it is.
I mean, that's good advice.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's just that simple.
And it resonated with me, and I thought about it when she was little, and I did cherish every moment. So thank God they said that, because maybe I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's got me through like the rest of my life and all the bad shit.
God works through people. You know? So I'm a spiritual person. Whether I'm also an agnostic. I believe in all kinds of things, right? But like, I believe in being a good person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you gotta appreciate. You gotta appreciate life. And that was my problem when I was younger, is I wasn't appreciating life, and I was just upset. And it's like, you can't change the rules. You gotta go with the river. You know what I mean? Instead of going against it. And
you gotta be like water, like Bruce Lee.
Right, exactly. Art of the Dragon.
That's right. Yep.
So yeah, no, it's just, it took a long time to get here. So, to hear how we all relate in ways, it's like, that's what life's about.
Cool, man.
One of my mom's boyfriends told me something really cool also.
Oh shit.
Not just the cherish every moment, but he said to me, you gotta have patience. You have no control, so you gotta have patience. Something like that.
Okay,
Definitely.
that's pretty good.
Acceptance.
I get it.
I'll think of it.
Yeah.
Acceptance.
But you can't control things. That is true. So
isn't it weird though that people hold on to the trauma and not the happiness?
No power.
Power. We actually have a term for being traumatized. But what's the term for being happitized?
Happify.
How come we don't have that term, man?
Right.
Why isn't that out there?
You guys
Oh,
are
no.
happified.
Like if
people just don't soak that up.
that bothers me.
much.
That just
Yeah, no,
actually
it's,
hit me just now. Like, why don't we have that term?
Profound moment right here.
It's fucking weird.
It is weird.
I mean, because in the end, it's like, you got to conquer capitalism. That's the happiness, right? It just doesn't. It's not very shiny and bright. It's very,
It's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
I think it, like you said earlier, it's just sexy to think. It's so weird that we do that.
I guess it can be, but
yeah. But there is a strength there too.
Yeah.
If you go through that darkness,
yeah,
like you had to do, and each one of us has our own, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You were dope sick. I have no idea what that feels like.
No, I don't.
What does that
but
feel like?
It
I
feels
would
like the
not
flu
wanna-
times 10. And like, imagine the sniffles and diarrhea and sweaty every day. In order to feel better, you
have
got
to
to
just
do
roll
more,
through
or you
it.
got to wait a month.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You
I
don't
know
get
that,
no
yeah.
sleep, by the way.
I haven't been dope sick. That's not what was wrong with me.
Okay, thank you, Chuck.
it's and to get there, it's just so like it's a humbling thing to feel comfortable in your skin. Like I said, to really appreciate. Like I said, sleeping. I used to wake up like 6:30 in the morning. I gotta fucking score, and everyone's asleep still. How many money? Well, how am I gonna do this? You know, it's like to not have that like constant fear or like just like how am I gonna do this? So it's really nice.
So when did it go away? What was that day like? Do you remember?
Well, you just
when you weren't dope sick anymore, like you go through this period of time.
True.
And then all of a sudden the next day, is it like that? And then you wake up and like
it's really been like in my turning 30. Like I'm 32 now, so like it's like just maturing. Like your brain, you're not being done developing till you're 25, right? And if you've done narcotics, probably later, 27, that number ring a bell. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and it's really hard for some people to get through that. That's maturity, that's growth, right?
Yep.
And some, like I think about this all the time. I talk about, Alice in Chains, Nirvana.
Yeah.
These guys couldn't beat what I was dealing with. And these guys were fucking rich. They had all the resources right there.
Right.
And I could beat it. And I'm like, am I stronger than them? Is it because I don't? If I had a lot of money, would I have kept going? But like, they, inspired me. You get to see what happened to them in the end. They all died or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want that either, So you just learn from what you see, and I think that's what makes a good person. So I don't know how I got on that tangent, but
no.
I
It's a
love
good
that.
point. It's a great
I love that
point.
a lot.
It's a talk show, so it's good talk.
Yeah.
No, great point.
Tangents are good.
It sets you apart from. So I think that actually you said something really important, because I think that sets you apart from, people that continue to struggle, and because they can't find that, or they don't find it, or they choose not to, or however it works. I mean, I don't know, but they aren't able to find that light at the end of the tunnel or whatever. And I think that's what happened with my brother. Well, he was struggling with mental illness.
he was,
and
he was 30.
Yeah, he was 30. So he
That's the thing.
Yeah, he was struggling with mental illness, and I think he was trying to self-medicate. And I think there's a difference between self-medicating and just, whatever else there is.
Right.
I mean, that matters. So I think his mental health is what finally did him in.
I remember I got on this tangent, so I was talking about like your brain is done developing till you're 25. I can now that I know this and that's like matured, I can see my old thinking patterns, right? My old toxic thinking, and how I was more cared about what other people thought about me, my social status, instead of myself and my mental health, right? And also like humans didn't live that long for a long time, and now we're living longer. It's like our brains. This is all new, and so like that's why you're seeing the brain not operating correctly, because it's like, this is new to me, man. I was designed to live a little less longer. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I got you.
In my opinion, that could be totally wrong, but like that's what it seems like.
Yeah. Seriously.
I had that conversation with my wife last month. I was like, you realize in my family history, I got like 25 years left, but you have 50.
Right. Isn't that crazy?
Her grandma's 98 years old.
No, that's crazy.
Right.
The generational differences. Like my family's had kids young. My grandma did. My great grandma did. So all my mom's young. My grandma was young. But then you see people that just do it the other way, like old parents and stuff, and you just it cultivates a different lifestyle.
It surely
right?
does. It surely does.
So,
and I agree. It does.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Sam has always talked about things that she saw when she was a kid, and she wasn't influenced by it. She always remembered not to be that way.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
I paid attention to the things I didn't like about people,
Yeah.
and I knew that I didn't want to be that. So it wasn't that I knew who I wanted to be; it was that I knew who I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
And I just kind of flowed with that.
That's
You know what's
And
weird?
it just happened. But I knew I didn't want to be all the things
Yeah.
that I saw people do.
And I always was like, wow, that's like super profound. Like, holy shit. Like when I was a kid, I didn't do that. Now, I don't know what maybe there was the weed you smoked outside before you came in here, but now I'm thinking. But no,
Oops, sorry,
but
did I blow that
I've
in
done
your
it.
face?
I've done it too. I did that. I did that because I did not like the things I saw when I was a kid, like the way my mom acted. I wanted to represent her, but she was hardcore, right? She had all her problems, and she was fucking murdered. She got in some shit, got in a bad spot. She was doing some bad things, dope, all kinds of shit. She got all fucked up. But she was a hard ass, and for the longest time, I kind of like forced myself to be like, yeah, my mom's a badass. You know what I mean? But no, she was hurting.
She was
Yeah,
sick.
exactly.
Yeah.
She was hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I saw the same kind of thing in my life. That's why I've never done any kind of drugs.
He's
You know.
square bear.
Yeah,
Super-
I've
super
never
duper-
done it because I was
super
just like,
duper.
fuck, dude, why the fuck would you do that? Makes no sense. You know, that's not what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You know, I went to try to be an athlete. You know, I wanted to be
That's
creative.
cool.
I wanted to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I picked up still bad qualities. So
Right.
you're always gonna pick up something,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how hard you try. That
Yeah.
is probably gonna be the challenge you face in your life.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
you picked up the shit you had to battle. You had to fight the darkness. You came
Mhm.
through the tunnel,
Mhm.
right? You found a different perspective.
Definitely.
I didn't do what you did, but still, I got a lot of bad shit from
Right.
growing up.
Definitely. I can.
And I had a lot of anger.
Oop.
I had to figure all that shit out, too.
I don't know what that was.
It's weird.
Apparently, it's not
I can
important.
understand. So my,
It's a journey, is what I'm saying.
you know, my,
I don't know what's up. Yeah, that's some weird shit. Sorry. Sam.
I can relate and understand. So like my mom, you know, she doesn't really drink or do nothing, right? And
Yeah.
it's because my grandma, the son mother, was an alcoholic when my mom was younger. And
Mine
she was
too.
like, I don't want to be like that. Like you're an emotional wreck. And his parents, my mom like didn't drink, right?
Okay.
And you know, I getting clean. I found out that like I'm like kind of a nerd. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what my brain.
And that's okay.
Me.
It's
We're
like
all nerds in
thrived
here.
off of getting clean. It was like it wanted us to do something, right? And
Yeah.
it was for a long time. It was like, okay, let's do cigarettes. Thankfully, I quit those two. And you guys also can. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah.
But so like, you know, but then it was just knowledge, like what I'm learning, and like I don't play video games, and nothing. Not knocking against it, but I was just like learning about people. Right? I like people, right? And in this study, I learned there, and I'm just in all learning about people. I learned this one study about like they did this thing about rats where they had these rats they got addicted to morphine, right? And they were stuck in a cage,
Okay.
and these rats would then challenge these rats to like, you know, go through a buzzer that's gonna hurt them to get this dope, right? And they're still gonna do it, right?
Okay.
They'll do it till they die. They will kill themselves becoming so dependent on this drug, right?
Wow.
Being trapped. But if you open this cage to a community of rats with still that opiate still available, they can do whatever they want and take away the challenge even, right?
Okay.
But you got a community of rats, and there's toys and food and chilling. They will go
Migrate
back.
to the
They
fun
will
stuff.
acclimate to just not even doing the dope anymore.
Interesting.
That shows how powerful community. That's why you go to rehabs, why you go to
Yeah.
meetings,
Yeah, yeah,
why
yeah.
you have
Yeah.
concerts, and you have church, and you do all this stuff. Or you have podcasts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is what we're designed to be social
Yes.
beings. You know, so I always try to hold on to that and just like. You know, being a musician, that's what my social life. I got to go out and meet people like you guys and just connect.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have music, you know, I that's my whole goal here is to socialize, right?
Yeah.
So what if you're socializing though with people that are into bad things and you're not in the spot to be able to fight that off? What do
But
you
you
do?
can choose to.
I mean,
When you're susceptible to it,
sometimes
though?
you can, but sometimes your environment doesn't let you choose.
Yeah,
speaking-
that's
you're
the tricky
speaking my
part, right?
language,
That's
you
the
know.
Not
tricky
people
part.
that are scary. It's isolation that is scary.
It could be, yeah. I think there's bad things in both.
man, you're speaking my language.
You
right
understand
now.
what I mean by that?
Yeah, I've been on doing well right now, but
Good.
You know, but I know some people that are still struggling, right? They're close to me. They're close to this band.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. You have to you gotta celebrate every day. You know what I mean? Like you said,
Yeah.
you wake up grateful, and like with a project that you get to put yourself into, whether it's a podcast or band. If you make every day like Christmas, whether you get tomorrow, we got a microphone today. Oh, we got an interface. I have that same interface.
Yeah, badass, right? Yeah. When
Yeah.
you get it, it feels like fucking Christmas.
Oh, I recorded a harmony. Oh, I started a drum track. Oh, you just every day you have a goal.
One little thing.
Just
Yeah.
one thing.
I know, bro.
Man, and you just see it grow. Like that's how you stay
Yes.
focused and
Yeah.
clean and
Yeah.
on the right path to,
Yeah.
to love that growth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're not there, I can't get you there, but I can show you how I got here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm trying to. One of my friends is struggling. Like I said, he's close to this band, and I'm just like, man, like we have everything right now. Like, how's that been working out for you? That's one of my favorite things to say. You know, how's that working out for you?
Yeah.
You know, like,
No one likes it. I mean,
and I don't
it's
want
so
someone to
horrible.
say that to me either.
No.
No.
It's horrible. You feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
just you know, be the best self you can be, right?
Yeah.
And be open to coming out and having a podcast with people you barely know. You know?
Right, fuck it.
Right.
Because
Have
Or
some
going
fun.
to see
you
a
have-
band that we barely know.
You
Yeah.
love the
Yeah.
process.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
seriously.
I mean, I drove up to where were we at?
We had to put up with Mama K.
Shoreline.
Too.
Mama K.
You guys
Mama
came
K
all
is
the
no
way.
joke.
Yeah, we
but
drove
they-
all the way up there,
That's
and I walked
crazy.
in. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be like
I wanna
Richie
play
Hammond
down
in
here.
48 hours.
I
This
wanna-
is fucking. There ain't no black people in this motherfucker.
Oh,
But there was
Actually,
one.
on-
There's a couple.
Yeah, there was a few in there. I was like, whew, thank God.
I mean, they might have been a little punk and
But
a
you know
little
what?
interesting, but
I'm never worried about the white people. I'm worried about the black people because I never fit in with them.
Oh my God.
I don't. I like all the rock music. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, this
That's
is
what's
badass.
up.
This is
He's
our
a
grunge
straight
shit. This is
mullet
like
kid.
dope.
My
I am.
nephew's mixed and he loves rock music.
You know what I mean? That's me,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Dude, I'm Motley Crue and Def Leppard all day long.
Hell yeah.
All day
That's what
long.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's got the
and
nappy
anything
mullet.
in the 90s.
a
Yeah.
nappy mullet.
Yeah, shit was banging there.
that's awesome.
Shit was
So,
banging. Oh man, good stuff.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're talking. some
Yeah.
good
It's
stuff. Real shit.
Yeah, I say dope in the right way.
Nah,
That's
yeah.
dope.
That's just dope.
That's just
But
dope.
don't do dope.
Yeah, don't do dope.
I went
Yeah,
to
no.
I went to school to become a drug counselor, and then I in the process of that I broke my shoulder pretty bad when I was 25. So I had some clean time, right?
Okay.
Ear clean, and then I go to college, and I'm trying to learn to become a counselor to help others, and then I break my collarbone hella bad,
Uh-oh.
and I
They
get to go
prescribed
through
you.
a breakup, and then I gotta get back into opiates, and it's
Mm.
just bad. You know, I just had time clean, and like I
Fuck.
blew all my school money.
Oh,
Damn.
no.
Right.
Man.
And so it was tough, man, to
Yeah.
pick myself back up from that one.
Yeah.
And my shoulder was messed up for 6.5 years. I had a surgery right during COVID to fix it. And so I don't know if you guys noticed when I was playing, I had a strap around my waist.
I didn't
I
notice
did
it.
see that.
Notice
Yeah.
I
that?
didn't notice it.
I
Yeah,
did.
not on my shoulder. It goes around my waist.
Okay.
So I had to
God.
find, I almost gave up on playing guitar because of my shoulder.
Damn.
And I'm like, and I know that I should not do the opiates because it fucks my life up. So I was like, I'm in pain. I want to play music, but it hurts. I had to I
Yeah.
just had to
Yeah.
brainstorm and just be humble and accept whatever I could find. And it was this belt that I was like, that's fucking weird, but pretty dope.
Yeah.
Right? I can
Nice,
play
yeah.
it. It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
And then-
whatever way.
You know, and then I work at a weed shop, right? Then during COVID, they offered me better medical insurance or whatever, and that new insurance got me my shoulder fixed.
Oh,
Badass.
sweet.
You know,
See?
like
Yeah.
how, who would have thought that a weed shop's getting me fixed? Everyone talks shit about this stuff
Yeah,
forever, and then it's
yeah.
an essential business, right? I was like, we've gone through a freaking shift, and I was right in the middle of it, right? And I'm thankful. That's why I've stayed at my shop for a long time, just over 3 years.
Good for you.
But it's all those experiences that, like I said, so being a counselor, going to that rehab that I told you my grandpa created.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a year-long rehab,
Holy shit.
right? So like I've had this, extensive, intense treatment and therapy, and I still would like to go to school and help people, right? But that's a lot of fucking baggage, man. To
Yeah.
what if they don't get clean? What if they OD and die? What if something? Because I've seen that
Yeah.
happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's
You gotta deal with all
I'm gonna
that.
bring that home myself, because
Right.
I'm an empath.
Yeah.
I
Because
care
you'll
about
Me
you'll
too,
connect to
yeah.
them. Yeah.
I am
so
too.
like I'm
Yeah,
scared to
yep.
so I was like, what can I do with what I know and how I feel and want to help people?
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, music.
Music,
man.
the
Like,
music,
it's-
yeah.
If I can find a way to put what I'm talking about into lyrics that sound cool, people that need that help, they're gonna they find
Yep.
it.
Yeah,
Their
they
ears
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and then you don't have to carry that load.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
So,
then getting yourself out there as much as possible to share who you are and why you do it.
right.
Yeah.
And to touch on that.
We'll hit your music even harder. Like your
Yeah.
music means more to me now, knowing you now.
Definitely. Well, if you
Just
think
this
about
conversation.
the music that's popular, it's fucking flex.
Oh
rap,
God,
trap,
we
you
talk
know, like,
about it all the time.
I've learned
It's
from
horrible.
it, rhythmically and
Yeah.
there's some cool ideas, but like it's content at the core. It's just
Yeah.
capitalistic bullshit.
It's
that's
Hollywood.
hurting
It's
the
people's
same thing
for
fucking
movies,
mental
music,
health,
everything.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
it
It's
is,
like not
yeah.
everyone's got it like that.
There's
Some
no
people
doubt.
feel like
Yep.
shit, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't got all that money.
Yeah, I'm just out here trying to live, so to make music that's actually relatable,
Yeah, man.
is powerful.
That's
It
where
is.
the magic's at, though. I'm sorry, but that's where the magic has always been, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why we like indie
Yeah.
films the indie film world, because
dope.
we live there.
Yeah.
It's better.
It is.
It's just
Definitely.
better.
Yeah.
I mean, because we don't got all that money, so we got to get really fucking creative.
It's raw.
and we
It is raw.
have to work harder
Definitely.
to get what these guys just fell into because they had a dad in there or a mom in there or whatever, or they just money or whatever.
Correct.
Yep, we don't got all that, so we got.
Exactly.
That's where the magic happens, though. For real, it is.
You're right.
It is. And all those guys, all those Seattle grunge bands that we all know and we all love, they all came from that, and that's why they're so good. That's why that shit is so
still
good.
It's timeless. People still love it, right?
Yep. And they always will. They always will. Because that's magic. And bands aren't like that anymore, and that's what bothers me about today's
They're out
music.
there. We just don't know about them as much anymore because you don't see them on the headlines.
About them, and
they do.
That's what's stupid. They don't appreciate. Tough. They don't appreciate it. There's all this technology.
You're speaking my language.
I mean, it's serious though.
Yeah, they don't get the recognition they deserve. I get it. I get what you're saying.
I mean,
but they're there, and they have people that do appreciate it.
It pushes you to get better. It pushes you to find your way to get heard and stuff. It refines you. You know, if you I've gotten discouraged and had the same feeling like no one cares. I'm like doing a weird genre and like it's sad and depressing sometimes, but like. If you do it right, if you make it cool, make that riff cooler. Then make it. Yeah. It adjusts how you're doing it. It refines you.
It does. It does. It does, and it makes it better. That much better. Like Aaron said, now your music's that much better because we know that about you. Because we can totally identify with that with the movies.
Right. Yeah.
We can totally identify.
And I honestly don't think a lot of this is about quality, you guys, because the quality in most indie films, like what we do, for the most part, that don't have Hollywood backing them, are pretty fucking good. Musicians like your band, for example, your music is fucking dope.
It
sounds great. It's not a quality issue. It's about how you get your sound out there.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Yes. How can you reach the masses like these motherfuckers do with the money?
Yeah.
And that's the only problem because
you're better.
Get them,
if you can get your music out there.
That's why they say every song that you do hear that's a hit, they say is worth $1 million.
Absolutely.
It's probably had that much money put into the promotion and the making of it.
Yeah,
it's like we don't realize that.
No, we don't. We don't see that part of it, but we know it's there because there's no other way. Because once you start trying to market on your own, like as a band guy or a musician or a filmmaker or whatever you're doing, you realize how hard it is to reach a huge audience. Yeah, it's not that easy, and I don't give a fuck what people say about social media. It's hard. But the algorithms do not play with you. They don't give a fuck.
No shit.
But it teaches you to invest into yourself too.
Yes.
Like that's what they're doing.
Yes.
Like I'm not saying pay for your viewers, but pay for your exposure.
Right. You got to invest in yourself. Yeah.
So it's I just want to have a bunch of more content before I start doing that. It costs money to make it.
Absolutely.
So before I'm ready to get it out there, I want to refine how it sounds first. So
it sounds fucking good, though.
You know, and that's
it does.
It's great.
Fucking good.
You're on the right path,
yes,
brother.
You are.
All you guys are, and it's if you keep your core together. I mean, I don't know. Well, you could tell us, I guess. What happened with the other band members prior? What challenges did you face to get to where you're at now?
Oh man. So Sun Mother started out. It was a transition from Dopamine to Sun Mother, and I was got clean, and I was dating someone at the time who we both got clean, and so we started working on the project together, and we had a couple different drummers, and we found our kind of main guy for a while. And we played a lot of shows, and we started recording, and then we just kind of grew in different directions. She's started studying to become a counselor also.
Okay.
Was much younger than me. And so we just, like we were bonded because of our experience of getting clean and studying music, but in the end we were headed in different directions. And so the music just, and so my drummer at the time also had another project that he went back to and stuff. So the first core that we had just kind of right before COVID, just it was time for a change, and I was the songwriter and continued and stuff. And so then during COVID I built another lineup with Jet and Dave, and Dave was a fan that came to see our band, and he also was in another band, so I knew what he sounded like on drums, and he sounded dope. So we played a couple shows last summer at Shed Fest. It was like a festival and a small show, and Jet was on bass, this other girl that was really cool. But again, it's just like if it doesn't, you gotta be excited, and not just, you gotta do it for the right reasons.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was my experience, is that being in a band is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I'm not, and some people just want to have that, on their resume, if that makes sense.
I do.
And that's
Yeah.
cool. But like, this is my life. This is
Yeah.
all I know.
Yeah.
You know, I wake up every day and I think of what can I do today musically.
Yeah.
You know, and other unless it's hard to include people in your band if they're not feeling that same way.
Right. Okay.
Fuck. Go ahead, Sam.
Were you gonna say Anthony, Aaron?
I'm gonna say just us in general, and then those
Okay.
that we know
That right?
have our
Just
back
struck
and
a
that
chord
we
right
know.
there.
Oh, fuck,
Yeah,
dude,
you
I
struck
totally got you.
one hell of a chord because we can identify with that.
Yeah.
That's where we totally
Yeah.
same deal.
Right.
But when you speak on that, I want to bring up the musician composer. I'm sorry,
Yes.
I don't know why I'm.
Yeah. Oh, the
It's your
composer,
fault.
Anthony Espina.
You handed me that joint.
You're fine.
No. It's your fault. I cannot think.
Mr. Anthony Espina is
Espina.
who she
No.
is referencing.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Our composer.
Oh,
So I
cool.
made a documentary, The Giant Pacific Octopus, and yeah, the composer that I ended up going with was I felt it, and I needed something, and not to insult anybody that was with us before, because there's no insult. I mean, it's just different styles basically.
Yeah.
And we had a composer who's friggin' amazing, but he does more like I like him for his hardcore stuff and his
Okay.
action stuff and his horror stuff. That's where he kind of lives, and that's where he shines. And Giant Pacific Octopus, my documentary, was really not that. So like I was like, I'm not feeling this,
Right.
and I didn't want to insult the guy because he's amazing.
Right.
So, but I knew it wasn't for my project, so I had to make that hard decision to go with someone else, and someone popped in my head, and as soon as he popped in my head, I knew it was right.
Yes.
And then we got him on a Zoom call. We were talking to him, and his excitement. And I was like, yes, that's it. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Because he felt the project like I
Definitely.
needed him to
Right.
feel the project.
Yeah.
And it's magic now. Because, I
Invested,
mean, he
yeah.
made my movie a movie. Like
Yeah.
yes.
Give it peaks and valleys.
so perfect.
Give it-
Yeah, man.
So
The emotion is
Yeah.
important. And
Yes,
that's-
it is. It is.
I couldn't relate any more to this in every way, shape, and fucking form. It matters. It fucking matters.
It does. It absolutely matters.
So you may have the best musicians working with you in a band, and you guys are playing good music, but there's a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something is missing, and you know it,
There's a
right?
reason, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the reason behind
And
it?
you can't
Yeah.
define it.
You know?
You can't explain it.
Exactly.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it
you
is
just
hard.
have to feel it.
Yeah.
It's a feeling. It's
Definitely.
totally.
Yeah.
It's all driven by emotions. And this composer that I speak of, Anthony Espina,
Yeah.
he connected with my movie, and he connected with me. We had conversations between the two of us, emotional ones that had nothing to do with the movie. But he wanted to get to know me and how I was and who I was, so that he could best score my movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And that's like
That's what you
that's
want.
going the
That's exactly what you
ultimate.
want.
Like that's
Definitely.
going the extra mile,
sure.
and it paid off. I mean, it did. Yeah,
No, I get
definitely,
it.
definitely.
So why do you do music, Colby? Because I'm assuming it's an emotional thing, correct?
Yeah, emotionally, I love the feeling of everything about it. Playing it, the music by myself and with people or to a crowd. It's just like I love listening to music, hearing other
It's an
musicians
emotional thing.
that you can hear, like I said, certain lyrics with like people that have overcome addiction, like I have, right?
Yeah.
And, you're like, man, these guys went through it. I went through. Now they're doing this, and it sounds dope. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Right? You can either envy it or you can get excited and let it pump you up.
It's
and inspire
inspiration.
you. Yeah.
Inspire,
See,
yeah.
I've always been attracted to music because of the emotional side of it, and I only listen to music based off of what mood I'm in for the most part. I'm always kind of in that 80s mode because that's kind of where I grew up.
Nice.
If I'm feeling like I'm in a good place, I'm listening to all 80s shit. I don't care if it's rock or pop. I don't give a fuck.
That's
It's
good
80s stuff.
music.
He's aging
But-
himself.
Yeah, but if
Don't mind
there's
him.
something in my mood, I specifically go to certain music, and I think that most people do, but don't talk about it. Like if Sam and I get into a fight, and I'm like, fuck her, I don't give a fuck. I don't need her ass. I don't give a shit.
so
mean.
mean.
I'm out. I don't
You
care.
ever seen a monster?
But why am I driving the Safeway listening to like Air Supply? You know what I mean? Where it's like sailing keeps me away. And I'm like bawling, like, man, I love that girl. Why is she doing that? You know what I mean?
Wait, you do that?
I do that all the
Oh
fucking
my
time.
God, you're such a dick. I
I'm
would
a
have
f-
never known.
I'm a fucking bitch. I'm a bitch about it. But that's
are a
that's
dick
real.
about it.
That's real. Like I'll put on a show, but when I leave, I'm putting on some sad shit
Classic.
because I feel like it fits
I'm
the
calling
moment.
you on that next
It
time.
happens all the time to me,
Just next time you guys start arguing, just put on air supply.
dude. And I'll be a
He's
bitch.
mean. He's always yelling. I'm crying.
I'll
That's how
drop.
it goes.
Drop to the thing. I don't put on some fucking head pee. You know what I mean? I don't do that when
But
I'm fucking
that
mad.
would surprise someone like me who's getting yelled at.
Yeah, you would. But see, that's what I'm saying. You have no idea how deep this fucking soul is of mine. You have no idea. You have no
you don't
idea.
want to know.
It's fucking
The
crazy.
music helps bring him down.
Yeah, it
Honestly,
actually
though,
does.
honestly.
It does, because it's a sad fucking moment when you get in a fight with somebody, right? Especially
Definitely.
somebody you fucking love. So why would you listen to some fucking fuck that bitch, I don't give a
Right.
fuck music? You would listen to some Doobie Brothers or some fucking something
I don't know. I'm
soft.
I'm
or,
listening to Corn though. I don't
you
know
see what I
about
mean?
You,
You don't put corn on.
Yeah, no, you do.
Well, she does it because she feels like she needs to buck up more.
Well,
I
that
need
makes
to be a
sense. Yeah, she's got to go Rocky mode on me, and I'm
'cause
thinking
I
like I
gotta
need to
fight
come
you.
down. I gotta come fucking down here.
Yeah, you do.
Music's emotional as fuck,
No, it
and
is.
it matters.
That's the thing.
It fucking
you
matters.
mentioned music like that earlier that has a little meaner connotation to it or whatever. Like that's the most popular music right now in ways.
Oh
you know?
yeah,
because-
like heavy metal and stuff.
It's
metal or like rap. It's
Yeah.
like just like
Hardcore.
rap,
flex
yeah.
rap.
Angry.
It's like it's
Yeah.
it's music has been hijacked in a way, right? It's
Yeah.
dividing people and it's
Yeah.
creating judgment and it's creating.
But
This,
it's also bringing people together, I
entitlement,
think.
right?
Too.
Yeah, no, definitely. So
Sometimes.
it's like we just gotta hold on to what the real
Yeah.
reason that we do it, and not. It's like it's easy to get brainwashed, and I've tapped into different genres too. If you listen to my Spotify, there's a couple hip hop songs on there.
No
There's an
joke.
acoustic song. I got my mom and my sister on a song.
That's badass.
So like. Because I love all the genres, I respect them all and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been learning how to use different tools and instruments. So I was like, I'm gonna make a song in the process and let people know how I feel.
Hell yeah.
Just being true to yourself, though. Like
Yeah.
I said, like there's music that is being produced to make us feel a type of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
a lot
I
of it
agree with
too.
you.
They like keep pumping it out.
I don't like
any
of
There's
it.
a motive behind what they're doing,
I
right?
don't like it.
I think it,
and the young kids, they love it.
I know.
yeah. I think
They
it defines who you
It's
are. Like
crazy.
where
Yeah.
you go musically can almost define where you're going and where you're at and what kind of choices you're going to
Not
make.
necessarily.
It's weird.
Necessarily.
right?
I mean,
It
maybe
ki-
when you're old enough to understand that, but
Yeah, but I mean, literally, if you're putting on Corn because we got in a fight, you're already defining which direction you're going. Is my point. And you see what I'm listening to.
I'm going
Like I'm
back
trying to
to
pussy
before-
down, and you're pussying up. You know what I mean?
we're both going back to before we met each other, so
Yeah,
that's all I'm
It's
saying.
weird though.
Crazy, right?
It's weird. Music is such a fucking
It is
phenomenal emotional tool. It is
Well,
So
I
does-
think it's what people turn to for
absolutely.
at every time in their
comfort.
life. I mean, you
Yeah.
turn to it when you're happy, you turn to it when you're sad.
Well,
Because,
Because it come back like what we said, similarities. When you go to a meeting or something, like you're hearing something in that music that you can relate to.
yes,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Well, how many times you listen to a song that reminded you when you were fucking like 6, 7 years old,
right.
and
Or
you're
to
like,
have-
oh my god, and you feel it in your fucking stomach.
right. Or to have a listen to a song where someone else is going through a similar thing you're going to, and you're like, I'm not alone, man.
Yeah.
They
Right.
were able
Yeah,
to
exactly.
process it, or they were able to.
Right.
Yep.
And then you can't wait to play it for somebody that
Yeah.
responds to you. Like, listen to this. See, he's going through the same thing. I'm
Yeah.
going
They
through, right?
capitalize on this feeling. Right?
I know what you mean. Like you put on a song specifically when you're in an argument with your girlfriend, and like, listen to this motherfucker. What he's saying. This is
Exactly.
my point right here.
seriously.
Funny shit.
Some people don't. Some people do not even listen to the lyrics of songs.
I don't know.
Yeah. Isn't that
I've
weird?
noticed that.
I know
Yeah,
people
isn't
like
that weird?
Yeah.
It's
that's a
weird
trip,
to me
right?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real trip
it's
because I
important.
always
Yeah,
listen to the
Me
lyrics.
too.
They're white girls that like to just bounce around the room.
And the funny thing is that undertone sound that they're bouncing around to is the same thing that's in all the other songs that they listen and bounce around to.
Oh yeah,
Correct,
They
yeah.
all
So
sound
they're
the
not
same.
listening.
They're
They
all
all
the same
sound the same.
structure. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They've like broken music down into like a formula, and they're like, we know what we need to do.
Yeah, they have, and they've done the same
Yeah.
thing with movies, and
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. And the sad part is, it's not like it's bad. It's not bad,
Right.
I mean, I can
Well-
listen to any of those Hollywood produced songs or films. I say Hollywood
They're
because it's
catchy,
just
but
the umbrella.
Not
They're
good.
catchy. Like I can't honestly say I can do what they're doing. You know what I mean? Production wise, I couldn't make that kind of music.
No.
I can't sing like her. You know, but at the same time, do I feel it in the same way I do as someone who's pouring out their fucking soul from this dark spot they were in? No.
Well, and
not
you
at
have
all.
to think about it anymore.
can't
There's
rela-
so much technology. It's not even them half the time.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what bothers me. It's really not.
Yeah.
It's like all computerized and all this, and I don't like that.
And that's when you see three guys on a fucking stage, like you guys,
Yeah,
putting
and
out
you-
the content
yeah.
you're doing. And
You
you're like,
appreciate it.
fuck yeah.
Right.
It's raw.
Right.
Totally.
You put up with Mama K all night long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that woman was crazy. Chuck, you missed it. There's no idea. Chuck, you were going to say something. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna say it's funny going off the idea of everything, a certain algorithm, a certain sound, a certain beat, a certain tempo of a movie, and all that stuff.
Right.
And as cheesy as it sounds, go back and watch what was it, the 1990s, Josie and the Pussycats, with all the subliminal
Oh my
shit that they kept
God.
planting
yeah,
into that
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, if you think about it, even though
You're
it's
right.
not as cheesy as it's portrayed in the
That's
movie,
what
that's
it is.
exactly what we have going
It
on.
is.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
we're
Right.
we're not all getting convinced to go. Orange is the new pink. And that kind of
They
shit.
were just
However,
telling
if you are doing those, my voice will hit the right tone for you.
I always think about that movie. What's been going on there.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
a perfect. It's a perfect little anecdote as to what is going on
Yeah.
with both film and music.
And
right
music, yeah.
That's a good
And-
point, Chuck. That actually,
Yeah.
that movie says so many things.
now.
Yeah.
And
I
this-
mean, you're right.
and it's not Tara Reid's worst movie.
Oh, that's
Okay. Well, this is not that debate.
But no,
brutal.
going off what you guys were saying earlier, it's like it's almost too much okay to live in the trauma and the victimization that everybody's going through right now. And what people need to learn is it's okay to be inspired and to go above it.
correct.
True.
To pull yourself
But
out of
also
it. And if
living
you don't know
it-
if you can, look around you because there's people surrounding you in your
Yeah.
life who have pulled themselves out of some type of trauma.
Right. Focus on that good thing, whatever that is.
But also,
Hepatize.
at the same time, some of that magic comes from those times and those dark times and staying in those dark times. You got to do what you got to do to learn what you got to learn. And I think that the dark times are just as important as the good times because
They are.
you learn, and almost even more important because you learn so much.
But you got to
And you
remember the
grow
good
and
times.
You
But-
become stronger every time you go through
I
some
agree.
hard
If-
shit. If you got a gun stuck in your mouth and you found out that shit was loaded,
Yeah.
it changes you, and all the stuff that you go through in life, the more dramatic, it changes you. And those dark times are important for your growth and
They
your
really
learning
are.
and your strength.
Yes,
I absolutely agree.
Yeah,
But
I
don't
for
get
sure.
lost in them.
if
No,
you
you can get lost in them, and
if-
that's the problem.
Yeah.
if you
that's
live
the
your
problem.
life in the dark, you will eventually go blind.
Right,
Oh.
right. But if you have
Oh,
music
shit.
or poetry or something, that was actually
was
badass.
deep,
Chuck,
Jody.
say
That
that
was
again.
Yeah.
Say that
was
again.
good, bro.
Wait, say that again.
If you live your life in the dark, you will eventually go blind.
Oh shit.
When you see any light, you
Listen
won't
to
recognize
that.
it. You won't know what it is.
That's allegory of the cave.
Uh-oh. You got to make a song out of that now.
Yeah.
And Aaron will make a T-shirt out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, with my face badass.
Oh God, no! Please don't encourage this nonsense.
There's already been
Don't.
2 sold. That's right.
2 sold, bro. No joke.
Can you brought your guitar? Can you play us a song?
Sure.
You want to play?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I mean, yeah,
I would love it. Yes,
Okay,
please.
let's see. How can we do a setup that's going to work for him?
Well, he can just
Are
back
you-
up
and
are
play
you
the
gonna-
fucking
Are you going to
thing.
play or are you going to sing too?
Yep.
I can sing and play.
Oh, just
Well,
All
we
right.
know you can do
Well,
both. I'm just meant, what are you doing
Will it be
today?
heard?
well, let's see what.
Let me get
How are we
Sounds
looking
good,
for?
actually.
I think we sound okay.
it. was in a car, so it's got to tune here.
You tune it.
You're
You
good.
tune it. See, this is prepping the audience for a fucking badass song. This is how you do it, guys.
No,
fuck with it.
break a string.
While he's tuning his guitar, put your pretty face in here. We want to see you. Put your face in
Yeah.
here. Come on, pretty girl. Come here.
Yeah.
He's got his girl here. This is Rebecca.
Pretty
girl.
Thanks for being here, Rebecca.
Yeah. She's over there observing,
Dude, you got an audience,
laughing
bro.
at us.
See what I mean? We don't fuck around here.
Okay.
All right, whenever you're ready, buddy. If you need any jokes beforehand, let me know. If you need a little bit more
He
time.
needs no jokes.
Okay,
Aaron.
I know I will find hope when I glow, still my heart beats slow. I know I will find hope When I glow, still my heart beats slow. How does it feel? Oh, on the other side. I gotta get my head straight, I gotta take a glance at what's going on lately. I gotta get myself moving and make some plans, but my words escape me. I gotta get out of here, I can't stay much longer. Run around, get around, and I gotta keep myself from feeding into wanting the hunger. Feeling like I'm underground, and it makes you wonder if we've been through this before. I will find hope, and it makes you wonder if we've got what it takes and more. I will find hope, but only if you take my breath away. Even though I'm on the other side, I know I will find hope, but I'm on the other side and don't know where the time goes. I've been on the other side. When I glow, still my heart beats slow, 'cause I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side. About what's going on lately, my words escape me. When you run around, get around, feeling like I am a shadow. I'm about to act out of rage, rattle the cage, this is our battle. You got me hitting the floor, searching for more, I can't deny you. God, I gotta try you. You got me caught in a daze, feeling the way I can't define truth. 'Cause we've been through this before, and I will find hope. We've got what it takes and more. I will find hope, but only if you take my breath away. Even though I'm on the other side, I know I will find hope, but I'm on the other side. Don't know where the time goes. I've been on the other side. When I go, still my heart beats slow, 'cause I'm on the other side. I'm on the other side. No longer wanna hide. Ooh, no longer wanna hide. Whoa. So what's going on lately? My words escape me. When you run around, get around, I'm feeling like I'm underground. So what's going on lately? When my words escape me, you run around, get around, feeling like I'm underground. So what's going on lately?
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Mr. Colbi Childs, everybody. A one-man show, Jesus.
You know what?
Badass.
Do you remember that boner I said I had
Oh,
earlier?
God.
When I started the show? Almost, bro.
He said, "Oh my god."
Fucking good, dude.
He backed up his chair so he wouldn't screw up the display of
Fucking
the
good,
screen.
dude. You were amazing,
And this is why we put
bro.
you by the door in
You
case,
were
you know,
amazing.
he says some shit like
no,
that.
you didn't have to
gotta
put him
run.
that far. You know my shit's not that bad. It's fine. It's the
Oh no, it's not. Yeah.
Thank you guys.
brother. Badass.
Sick.
you.
It's sick.
That's where it all starts for me right there on the guitar, acoustically like that. You know, at
It's
home,
amazing.
Just imagining the band and just kind of feeling it. You know, so
You gotta
Dude,
she
love
gets
that.
to hear it. Yeah, she
all
gets
the
to
time,
hear
huh?
it.
Lucky
Dude,
girl.
see
lucky
what I'm
girl.
saying?
At
That's
times,
it.
I'm sure sometimes she's like, it's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah,
You see, that's some bullshit, though.
Everybody has to
Because-
deal with their creative sometimes.
it's more or less
No,
that.
that's
It's all
badass.
the gear in the house. So I don't say it right. It's just like
Yeah,
a lot
the
of
gear.
musical gear piling up.
Yeah.
Just like please.
You know, when you
Yeah,
can do
okay.
something so cool like that, and then the woman you're with is just like, yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I mean,
It's like you think
it
you'd be a
depends.
badass, right? And then you're just like, nah, they don't even care.
She loves it.
She
just hears a
cares.
lot
I
of
know
it.
she cares. I'm just fucking with her. Dude, that's
And
great.
it depends too, because you have such an ego. You don't need my help.
Oh my god.
That's not true. Everything needs a good stroking once in a while.
Yes, it
even
does.
egos.
He gets
Yeah.
a good stroking. Don't let
Except
him fool
if
ya.
the chicken game's in front of her.
Hey, she's playing with cock one way or
That's
another.
it.
Oh my god. Finally, you fucking hit it. I thought you hit it earlier in the show.
I'm the Sudafed,
It's fine.
was
It's
driving
fine.
me down.
Thank
you know?
God.
Oh, you need a little help.
Yeah, it's gone down earlier.
Colby.
Okay.
Cock a
Bad
doodle
joke.
fucking do.
Bad jokes or dad jokes? Either one, we
That's
got
our
'em.
way. That's our way of trying to pull away from how badass Colby was right now.
I know. Like
we need to man up here. Like, yeah, let's try to take the mic from him because he just killed us. Dude, it's amazing.
Let's just be stupid because that's all we got.
That's all we got.
That's not true. There's so much more to us than that.
That's
Oh,
all
but
I
you
got.
can play
I'm
guitar
not
like
admitting
that,
it.
God, no.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Fuck, it's
that's what I'm
beautiful,
saying.
man. It's beautiful. How did you learn to play?
Like I said, playing drums was first, and then playing.
Well, who taught you? How did you learn?
My mom taught me drums.
She did.
And then, just like the basics. And then I just listening.
you just by hearing?
I learned, it was Master of Puppets, you know.
Oh,
Metallica.
yeah,
That was-
yeah.
I would
Yes.
play that in my room as loud as possible, and I would play the drums to it, and it would skip, you know, because it was a CD. And my drums are like moving the
they
floor
always
and shit.
skip.
So I was like, oh, okay, then it come back, and I play with it. I was like, it's hard to know when it's gonna come back.
Yeah.
So that was fun, learning process. And then just playing. I found my way into a band playing, and then I had really good guitar players. One was like super metal-y,
Okay.
you know, into '80s music, and then
Cool,
the other was
yeah.
like more bluesy.
Badass.
You know, I was
Perfect
like,
mixture.
I like both.
Dude,
So-
you're like
Yeah,
Ralph
heck
Macchio
yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
bro. Badass. That's fucking cool.
And
Dude.
then, my whole family plays music too. Like it's not just my
Oh,
mom,
nice,
my
okay.
siblings. I had a brother on my brother Jonah on a song called "Communication." It's a hip hop song.
Oh, I heard it.
Talks about COVID
I
and
listened
stuff.
to that one, yeah.
It's
Okay.
me on the acoustic guitar.
Oh, badass.
And then, over COVID, I learned how to like make beats. You know, so like that's been fun to make beats.
to fuck around with them. Yeah, man.
You know, like because I
Okay.
hear them and I'm like, I'm a drummer. I can make shit like this.
Yeah.
Now I know how. I'm like, this is cool, man.
Can you read music too?
For the most part.
Okay,
Yeah, like
okay.
chord charts. I can
Yeah.
read chords. Reading drums a little harder. I can read MIDI. You know what MIDI is? It's pretty dope.
Are you more by
Changed my
learning,
life.
or I mean
This
by
just
hearing?
comes from his.
And
What about
then-
you?
okay,
You
yeah.
got a gift, bro.
But
Yeah,
there's
you do
like,
have a gift.
there's
You have a
theory, like scales and stuff. You gotta
Yeah.
know some stuff that I picked up over the years. So
Well, you
Just
said
good
you played
teachers,
another
man.
instrument. Why did I forget what it was?
Sax.
Saxophone.
Saxophone.
Okay,
My
so
fucking.
I,
But
that's why I thought
can't-
you could.
Not anymore.
read
It's been
It's
too
all-
long.
I got you.
I'm mainly the rhythm section, the drums, the bass, the guitar. And
He doesn't have the lip for it anymore.
I want to learn more piano. But
Okay.
my mom's
Piano's great.
My mom's really good at piano, and that's
Dude,
what
your mom is a badass.
That's
I know,
like growing
like,
up.
she's
That's
like-
what I
Could she
heard.
come over next week?
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, they're in San Diego.
Oh,
Shit, we'll do it by Zoom.
Well, I hope she reaches out because I
She-
want to say hi to
She
her.
asked me about this podcast today when
She
it's
did?
going to be available. So
Aw.
Oh,
she'll-
fuck, cool.
She'll love hearing
Awesome.
about all this.
We
Yeah.
love her.
Well,
We totally love
yeah.
her.
Mom,
she
you're
needs
a
to come
badass.
on the podcast,
Yeah,
Mom.
I
You're
love
on the
you.
podcast.
And you like Motley Crue and Def Leppard, you're a badass.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm right with you, bro.
And then, like I said, on our Spotify, this song called "My Song" features my sister and my mom.
Oh,
Badass.
cool.
So it's there.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
Sister's got
Okay.
my sister has a really cool, like raspy voice.
How old's your
Oh,
sister?
nice.
She's 30.
Okay,
Aaron,
okay.
Aaron,
Yeah.
you're taken.
What? No, I know.
You're in a relationship.
Oh no, I mean.
No, I didn't mean
So
it that
I
way.
know,
I was just
I mean-
curious.
How
For
old-
some
how
reason,
old
I
is your
had.
Hey, he's available at a price. I will.
You will pay her to take him?
Yeah.
I just thought maybe she was younger for some reason in my head. Just
a
like,
little
fuck
bit.
off, you guys.
I've been trying to pay people to take him for years.
So messed up, dude. Whatever. See what I mean? Whatever, Colby. You're just messed up. Man. I don't give.
No, your mom's a badass.
Yeah,
though, and
she's
she
dope.
raised a badass kid.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, your sister's awesome.
Appreciate that.
Wait, what? I mean, she's awesome too. No, they're both cool.
Man.
So she's your younger sister. She's 2 years younger.
2 years younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, right on.
Yeah.
I've been really I've been enjoying being an uncle.
Good for you.
Oh,
I'm
hey.
kind of a new uncle.
Yeah.
So my nephew's 5. So and then I
Nice.
got a couple. My niece Demery is just about to be 1 in June. So
Wow.
Yep, he's going to the
So
memory
that's-
check. He's like,
yeah.
He looked over those
Is
women.
that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
loved
all right.
being an auntie too. I was
It's been
super
fun.
excited. And
Yeah.
then I'm a grandma now.
Wow.
So yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have no kids, so it's been.
Do you want kids?
Someday maybe.
Someday
probably,
maybe?
Yeah. So
Alright.
just not trying. I want to build, my discography for them to know who their pops is before I do that. I was-
Yeah.
Badass.
I know a lot about my parents, but like, man, cause so you had like an album or two to listen to your parents, but then you like, man,
Dude, that would help
Hell
so
yeah.
much, right?
Right?
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so many unanswered questions.
Honestly,
I now know.
though.
It's like, what the fuck are they talking about? Let me put on track 8 real quick.
We
No,
created
my
that for our kids too.
We did with our
all the
films.
movies that
With
we
the
made.
movies,
Exactly.
We made with our kids.
Yeah,
so
they-
you can
it's
basically
dope.
watch our kids grow up through
It's
our
so
movies.
cool.
Yeah. And
Before
and
we
understand
actually-
what's wrong with
wanna
them.
see
Yeah.
these movies.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see these movies.
You need
you
to.
might not.
You like them. They're fun. You're fun.
No, they're-
You'd like them.
they're
yeah.
good, they're
Especially
good.
our movies that are out now. You would enjoy them, buddy. You'd
Yeah.
appreciate them.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to go to my friend Eric's house and finish working on a music video.
Very good.
Sweet.
So we've
Very
been
good.
we've been tapping into video editing also,
Nice.
Okay.
which is very similar to audio editing.
It is.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
It is.
Mhm, yep.
I'm the editor. Chuck and I and
That's
Sam
cool.
all go and do productions. So if you watch our movie and you want someone to help you with the video, we got you.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'd love to
Yeah.
do it with you.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'd
Cool.
fucking
Yeah.
love it.
That'd be dope.
Mhm.
I'll get my
Absolutely.
camera. We get the black magic out
Do it.
right now.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
And
he
fucking
really-
film you guys.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Badass.
And I'll
can
do
make it
everything
better.
else because that's how it goes.
Yeah, it sounds so cool. I'm really into it.
Yeah, we'd love to.
And me and Rebecca will be groupies.
You be groupies, bro?
Yeah, we'll be groupies. We'll dance.
gonna
But
do
yeah.
Yeah, so Sam is great at looking at me and going, Chuck, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm fucking fine. Get out of the way.
Yeah. No, I know when you're not okay. That's why I ask.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Man.
No, that'd be
Shit.
so cool. So we're working on finish. I was literally just editing a song this morning in
Okay.
the studio. Our next song, Voodoo Doll, is coming out soon. So we played that the show.
Yeah,
was
you
kinda
Okay,
did. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's badass. Yeah.
So that's coming out soon, and then we got 3 other songs that I gotta continue working on. So we're gonna
Okay.
have like 4 songs in the coming
Yeah,
out soon.
yeah.
And so
Very
yeah,
cool.
one of those make that into one of like a video or something.
We'll
it's
talk.
So cool, man.
We'll talk, dude. I'd love
Yeah,
to.
for
I'd love to
sure.
help you. Yeah.
Just-
Yeah.
I love
And then
to
you
create.
can
Yeah.
and you make one of my poems into a song.
Yeah,
You'd love
Bring it
that.
on.
Sam.
I would so love that.
That'd be fucking
I
cool.
would
I can make it happen.
love that
sure.
so much.
Ah, dude. Yeah, you're an amazing musician,
Yes,
man.
you
and
are.
you're an amazing dude.
Yeah, you
Seriously,
are.
straight
Appreciate
up.
it. Thank you so much. You guys are
it's-
dope. You guys are easy to talk to, and this has been a cool experience.
Aw, thanks.
Thanks, man. Thank you for sharing your story, even the dark stuff. It
Yeah,
matters, man.
Yeah,
It's
it
a big
does.
deal.
It does.
It really is a big
Mhm.
deal. I appreciate it. I know everybody in this room does, and I know
Yeah.
others will too.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep rising.
Yeah, you
There's no other way to do it. I mean, this life does not discriminate.
do. No,
Mm-hmm.
It don't give a fuck.
no, it doesn't.
So
Yeah, it was it's really hard to see, like to get through it yourself, but to see someone that you love go through it after
Yeah.
you've gone through it. Like
Oh,
my,
yeah.
my little brother, thankfully, he's clean now, but
Good.
he was going through some opiate addiction himself, and I'm like, dude, I wouldn't wish this on my enemies, let
Yeah,
alone my
yeah.
freaking brother.
Yeah.
man.
So
Yep.
like I said, thankfully he's doing well now, but like that's some of the hardest times now is
Yeah.
I don't know how to help people that and help them appreciate life and like I said, make every day like Christmas and like
Yeah.
see that flower grow. Like you like because my band is not your band, is your art is we have
Yeah.
different art, so you got to find your own
But you gotta
art within
find
you, whether
it.
it's making movies or knitting something. You can do
Yeah.
anything, right?
Doesn't
But, like,
matter. Yeah.
I love it, right? And
Yeah.
Love it.
even just being a parent.
Yeah,
You know, I remember my
for
sister
sure.
is a really good mom and loves being a parent. So there's some, you got to be open minded.
Yeah, you do.
know?
It only takes one thing.
Yeah.
And I agree with that completely. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
It takes one thing.
Yes.
If you have one thing
Yes.
that gives you that hope. You're
Whether
good.
it's your kids
You're
or your
solid.
art or your craft or whatever.
It'll
anything.
guide you to be good in everything else.
Yes, it will.
Yep.
Nature's a good one too.
Yeah,
I mean,
big fan.
Yeah, me too. Well, we live in a beautiful
Yeah.
place, so of course Pacific Northwest
this
people
is
are.
green, and I love it
big
down
nature
here.
fans.
It's really cool driving
Yeah.
down here. I was like, wow.
It's awesome,
Move
right?
out of downtown Seattle.
It's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
it's different,
Yeah.
yeah.
When
If
we
you-
drive
but-
up to Seattle, we feel the same way, though.
Yeah,
We're
we
like,
do.
I'm like, fuck,
We're like,
this
whoa.
This is cool.
Cities,
You
bro.
walk anywhere. This is fucking
sweet, dude.
I bet there's music playing on every corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a movie.
Oh shit! It smells like shit. Oh, that's because there is a pile of shit.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Just
I love this
remember though,
city.
if you were to move and come down here, your music would change.
True. I would be
Yeah,
over
and don't be
all my
offended by
country.
that. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, there's shit
Yeah.
and then horse shit. We smell horse
Yeah,
shit.
if
So
you,
it's
if you
not
can
any
hang up there,
different.
bro, I commit
Smell
yourself to
shit
do
no
it.
matter where you
Yeah. Keep your edge, you know what I mean? Become soft.
Bring out that southern rock.
Yeah, you end up busting out the saxophone soon. Sound like Kenny G. We don't need that shit. Right now. Keep doing what you're doing on that acoustic in your band.
You're badass. You're badass.
Oh man,
Sure.
Colby. Well, thank you, brother.
Yes,
for being
thank
here with
you.
Thank you
us.
so
Thank you for
much,
coming
man.
to the studio
Super
because
fun,
it's
man.
been
Yeah.
super fun.
Yeah, where can people hear your music, man? Where can they find you? Any shows coming up? Anything like that?
Yeah, you can hear us on Spotify, YouTube, pretty much all the music platforms, and we're on Facebook, Instagram, as the band. Or I got my personal profile, and then we got, like I said, Voodoo Dolls coming out soon. Song we've been working on, and then our next show is in the U District at Blue Moon with
Oh,
this
badass.
cool band from Cali called the Flames of Durga.
Oh hey.
Oh, shit.
And it's two twins playing guitar, two twin females playing guitar and bass and singing.
Oh, shit.
wow.
They're a power trio. Like,
Really?
they're sick.
Wow. Okay.
And
Oh shit.
yeah. So
Okay, that's exciting.
Come
That
check that
is-
one out.
I would
Heck
love it.
yeah.
We got pretty much a show every month. That's kind of the goal.
Good for you.
So we're always promoting those platforms and check us out.
All right,
Yeah.
man.
And that's
All right.
Sun Mother. S-U-N.
Yes, right.
Sun.
That's
Son.
right. That's
Mother.
Right. Son, mother.
Yeah.
All right, Colby Childs.
Rock
You're
on,
the man,
guys.
brother.
Thank you.
You're the
Yeah.
man.
Thank you guys.
Chuck, you want to close us out, man?
Colby, thank you for joining us today on Around the Reel. Thank you for joining us for a cup of coffee and a conversation, a joint, a drink, and whatever the hell Aaron keeps shoving into his body.
It's just a true.
Oh, I was actually thinking of
I
the,
don't
the
try to-
olives.
no.
This episode brought to you by
It's
Sudafed
empty.
Kleenex, Martin's Green Olives, and I don't know, what else can we think of here? What else can we-
I don't
know.
know.
We're
We don't
searching-
know any wheat
We're searching for
grass.
sponsors.
I have no
Can't
hope
wait,
for
can I-
humanity because people are buying shirts with Aaron's face on them.
That's right.
All
If-
over. The world's ending.
So
Yeah,
we
go to
will-
our store.
I will plug that really quick. Go to our store at cccanthegroup.com and check out the latest and greatest merchandise that's available. You can get Aaron's shirt. You can get my catchphrase, which you'll hear at the end of the show, and you can just buy some shit because we need some money. So just remember, hit the merch, get some stuff, check it out. Colby, thank you for joining us today, and everybody out there, remember, think hard because you're thinking anyway.
See everybody later.
Bye.
For those of you that want to be a guest on Around the Reel, please email Sam at aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
That's Around the Reel 253@gmail.com.
Not Messenger. Do not message Aaron on Messenger because then he has to send you a message that says email Sam at aroundthereel253@gmail.com.
That's Around the Reel 253@gmail.com.
How come they can't just message me again?
Because nobody wants to fucking talk to you.
Can anybody reach out? That's an artist, filmmaker, actor.
If you're an artist of any kind, we want to hear from you.
But we are going to vet the crap out of you.
We don't care if you make millions of dollars in Hollywood or if you're just beginning your career in the art industry. We don't care. So everybody that wants to be on Around the Reel, yes, we want you.
That's Around the Reel 253@gmail.com.